Hello, Mr. Snarkmarks, everybody. We are a very funny podcast out of the Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
I am full of protein shake, so I'm low energy, but it's gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
It's gonna peak right as we're going off the podcast.
Yeah.
You're gonna be ready to go get those gains, bro.
Little bit of bloat.
Yeah.
You're gonna get gassy, Andrew, today, but you're gonna be none the wiser. You know what I mean? Only me and the cat are gonna realize it. And follow us on the socials at SnarkmarksPod on Instagram and Twitter. Dusty's at SnarkmarkD on Twitter. I'm at Andrew Idell on Instagram. Pump up the numbers, please. Follow us on, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put all the episodes with video on there. So if you want to see our beautiful faces, which is probably the preferred way to see it, right?
Yeah, and you can see Andrew's gains if you're interested.
That is true.
That's the best way to track his It's the best way to track his progress. You know,
I fluctuate right now. I look a little skinny, but right now, weight wise, doing okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
yeah.
we're not in terrible shape. We lost a lot of weight in the winter. I went the opposite. I went reverse bear. I guess bears lose the weight in the winter, right? Because they're hibernating. They probably come out skinny as shit after they hibernate, right?
Yeah, I think it's like they put on their gains
pre-winter.
Yeah, and then like you need the fat stores for the winter.
What the hell was God thinking with bears, huh?
Nature's perfect killing machine, dude.
I know, but you just got it's also a perfect to be killed machine because it's goddamn asleep for 6 months of the year.
I think we might have a misunderstanding of what they mean by it. Like, I don't think you could just roll up in their cave and they don't know what's going on.
Dude, they're asleep as shit.
But like so asleep that you could kill them.
Listen,
would you risk it? Let me ask you that.
It only takes a bear like a little bit of slippage for me to be able to kill it immediately. I'm a lethal human being, Dusty.
You think so? What's your confidence level versus a slightly distracted bear?
Oh, dude. What do I do? Do I just have my will and fortitude?
Yeah, and whatever.
65%.
Dude, hard money on the bear. Sorry, every time. Even that bear that Khabib wrestled as a kid, I'm taking odds.
Listen, I'm probably like plus 500,000. You know what I mean? Like you might make some money if that bear has a heart attack.
My one smart bet. Yeah.
I'm trying to find a thing that's like how asleep are bears when they hibernate.
Do you know why there's probably no data on that? Because no one's trying to figure it out. They'll just leave them be.
Okay. If a female gets pregnant with a developing embryo, she will wake briefly in January or February to give birth. Once the cubs are born, she continues to sleep while her cubs nurse and grow. Since bears are not true hibernators, they often wake up in their den. When scientists have visited black bear dens in winter, they often find awake bears in a sleepy state. These motherfuckers are just groggy.
Yeah, they're just me at like 7:30 in the morning.
They're Uncle Buck when he wakes up and coughs for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's that's where we got the classic. The bear throws the alarm against the wall of his den when he's got to get up in the morning.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, can you imagine how scary it would be if you thought the bear was fully hibernated? It was like fully out, and you go in there and he's just roaming around. He's a little sleepy, which I feel like makes the bear more likely to be agitated. I'm more agitated when I'm sleepy.
You're not in your right mind.
No,
he gets easily spooked.
Yeah,
his hair's all disheveled. He's like,
he's thinking about his boss. Breathing down his neck for those quarterly reports that he's got to get out.
I wonder how their dreams go. Do they dream for like 3 months when they're asleep the whole time? Like, do they? Because I'm sure bears dream, dogs dream. So, like, are they dreaming and just like fucking it off in a fantasy land for like
the Oppenheimer of animal dreams, dude?
They're just like in VR.
Yeah, they're stuck. It's like Ready Player One, but for the animal kingdom, I bet.
And then when they come back, are they like surprised they can touch things and feel it, and like
Oh,
they have to pee and stuff?
Yeah, this
Are
shit
they just
hasn't wrapped
pissing
up,
all
huh?
over themselves?
They're like they had the other animals that walk on two legs haven't ruined everything for us yet. All right,
All right.
here's another one. I
I wonder. The good thing forest fires are in the summer.
Yeah, that's true. The I know that dolphins only half of their brain is asleep at a time because they have to kind of be awake to be able to assess predators in the sea while they're sleeping.
Why do we have to sleep? Is sleep more of an indictment on God or evolution? Like, which one's worse? If we evolved into, because I feel like it's God. Because if it's evolution, evolution just hasn't worked out. Like, we haven't gotten lucky enough to not have to sleep yet, right? But
Right.
if it's God, he's like, you know what? I'm going to create this being, but it's got to be completely shut down and incapacitated a third of the time.
Yeah, he's going to be real tired after toiling the field. Real question is, if you're a god person, did Adam and Eve have to sleep? Like after he named all the animals, was Adam like, I'm going to curl up? That's a hard day. Take a little nap ski.
Oh, of course, 100%. He had to do it. He had one other human being in the world, and it's a woman. You're gonna sleep, dog.
Well,
But
if all the cartoons are correct, the animals talked, which sounds pretty dope.
that is pretty sick. That is pretty sick. I'd be friends. I'd find a bonobo, real close to us, super hairy, goofy version of us. They can rip our faces off. What was I? Oh, I think what it is. God would be, God would be overwhelmed if all of us were awake at the same time. He can't track and
yeah. He's like a call center. He needs
exactly.
it to be. He needs half of it shut down.
Yeah. So you can't watch 8 billion people at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you're like, oh shit, it's Africa time or it's Asia time. Like
whenever they used to turn the TV off, like the signal would just turn off at like 2 a.m. They played the national
anthem. Dude,
anthem.
You can't be doing anything good right now. They would play the national anthem.
No, they used to. They play the national anthem, and then it would just be like a static screen for like 5 or 6 hours, and then the morning news would reset it. But now, that's when they sell you the twisty mop or potato mitts or whatever else they're selling these days. I haven't seen a good new infomercial in a while. That I'm behind on whatever is the new infomercial tech.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm sure there's some like, here's a ring light, like a bunch of like they're trying to sell things to grandparents who want to be TikTok stars.
Yeah, there's a surplus of selfie sticks, and so they're trying to rebrand those as some other thing that you need.
And I bet bitch ass Peter Popov is still out there selling his miracle spring water like an asshole. I hope he dies, for the record.
Yeah, but he can't. He's got the spring water.
That is true. He's got all these spring waters.
Yeah, he'll outlive us all. He doesn't even sleep anymore.
There was a little girl on the corner in Bakersfield the other day selling, it said miracle water. And it was like everything. Digestive health. It clears your face up. It does your taxes. It's good for headaches.
It'll change your oil.
I couldn't believe it. I wanted to like yell at her mom, but I was going to the gym. I don't care.
But did you take any of them? Have you tried miracle water for your digestive issues? Can you say definitively that the miracle water doesn't work?
There's different answers to that question. 2 questions, 2 answers. Sure. I have not tried it. I can definitively say it does not work.
Fair enough.
If I could buy it for fucking $6 on the street corner, it's not going to solve my problems.
Yeah. That's the type of hubris that will keep you sick forever, my friend. You have to exhaust every potential lead.
That's the title of my biography, my autobiography, Sick Forever.
The hubris of Andrew.
The hubris of Andrew Idell.
You want to hear something funny?
I do.
I went to a concert the other night.
Okay.
It was a country sort of folk Americana concert.
Okay.
with a gentleman named Coulter Wall as the lead, as the main act.
He's from around here, right? Isn't he?
No, I think he's from Texas. No, he's from Saskatchewan, Canada.
Fuck yeah, dude. So he's
Yeah.
not country.
Well,
Somebody that I know
of
posted from that that.
Well, so here's
concert.
the thing.
Yeah.
That concert took place in Bakersfield, California. You want to take a guess who I know who lives in Bakersfield, California?
Oh, Andrew.
You want to guess who? I didn't even think about it. It didn't even cross my mind.
Didn't even consider that I was in town.
That you were. I don't know what my brain was doing. I didn't even. It doesn't click. Like, I know intellectually that that's where you live, but it's not in my heart where you live.
You don't do anything intellectually. I still feel like you're in Exeter going to the bank every day.
Right. So I was like, after the thing, I was like, shit, Andrew's in Bakersfield. I could have, you might have been busy, but I could have at least given you the heads up that I was
this
around.
Weekend?
It was on Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. What's wrong with you?
I didn't even cross my mind.
It's the other day.
Yeah. It's the other night.
What did I do on Tuesday? I played video games and watched Survivor. 5 miles from Dusty. Where were you at the Mechanics Bank? It's a big arena?
I was at Mechanic Bank, yeah.
Right by I could have showed you the radio stations right there. It's like 100 yards from Mechanics Bank Arena.
Didn't even cross my mind.
Man,
didn't even.
It's good to hear, bro.
Yeah,
I was in Fresno. I'm hitting up Dusty.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it wasn't out of malice.
It was out of indifference.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
You're not important
No,
to
I
me.
was like, Andrew's in Porterville. That's close to Bakersfield, but that's still far.
I can hit up Andrew. No, he's in Porterville. It's too far away.
Yeah. He'll have to drive through the mountains. Ate at this place called the 1800.
Oh yeah,
which I'm sure, as a person who lives in Bakersfield, I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah, they had these breakfast tacos that I enjoyed. I've only been there once.
They have I had a mahi fish sandwich that was quite delicious.
Cool.
Yeah, shared it with the other people I was with, not with you.
This is the only thing. Okay.
Sure.
Is now I know people can get you to Bakersfield. I've never gotten you to Bakersfield before.
Right.
Now I know if you don't come to Bakersfield for the next thing that I invite you to in Bakersfield,
right? Then it's
you like slight. Those people more than you like me.
Slight, yeah. To be fair, I didn't drive all the way to Bakersfield. I met at a halfway point. It was picked up and then driven to Bakersfield.
You got to prove your fealty to me by driving all the way over here.
Right. That's how I make up penance for not remembering that my friend lives in the place that I was at.
It's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I didn't even cross my mind.
I don't know who I saw that had posted at it, but yeah, for some reason I thought Coulter Wall was from it sounds like a guy from Springville or something, you know?
Yeah. It was good. I think you'd like it. He's pretty good.
Sure.
So it was a fun concert, and they I appreciated that one opening act. And then they came on and played, and the concert was theoretically from like 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. was what was posted. But they were out of there 10:30. They played their last song. They were like, this is our last song. Legitimately. We have no more songs. Here it is. Everybody have a great night. And I appreciated it so much that they...
You're delighted.
Yeah. Don't make me wait through the fake encore or whatever. Play your songs. Let me get home a half hour early.
Encores are really, really, really dumb. Really dumb.
I hate it. It's the worst part of going to a concert.
It makes no sense.
Like, I go see Jimmy Eat World. They haven't played the middle yet. I bet this concert's not over. I bet there's going to be 7 to 10 minutes where I have to stand here and wait for you to come back to play the middle.
You son of a bitch! While you're doing cocaine in the back.
Yeah, you needed to get some water, to play your 2 extra songs that you're going to play.
Just think of that. It'd be funny to see like a side stage view of the band, just like good night, and then they walk off stage, and then they stand just off stage for a second. They don't even like high five each other or anything. They just stand there and wait for like a minute, and they're like, all right, we'll walk back out there. Fucking, we're back.
I will send you a picture the guitar player in this band, I looks like Mitch Hedberg. So
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah, and he was playing a double neck guitar. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. The this is the kind of thing I'm into if I go to a country western concert.
I was gonna get my teeth whitened. I said, "Fuck that! I'll just get a tan instead."
I was one neck guitar, not good enough. I need two necks on my guitar.
The same tuning. It's just in case I grab the wrong one.
Yeah, I saw it on "The Song Remains the Same" by Led Zeppelin, and I thought that is cool as shit. That is one more guitar.
That dude certainly does look like Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
So I've got some cat situations happening.
Oh, what happened with Hobbs?
Well, no, he's fine. He's just an
Okay.
asshole. But also,
Sure.
I got warned by my my landlord, the company, that since I haven't given them my cat's updated vaccine paperwork, by March 8th, if I do not do that, I will be in direct violation of my lease. Big vaccine has gotten to my cat.
I was gonna say, I don't want to sound like a jerk, or perhaps I'm merely uninformed. Do cats need vaccines?
So there's like cat AIDS and like
Yeah.
cat what is it?
Tuberculosis.
There's another thing. Feline AIDS and there's another one.
They get HPV if you don't
Feline
if you're not
leukemia.
Careful. Ah, okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And probably HPV.
They all have herpes. It's like everyone else. It's like everything else.
They're like koalas.
Yeah.
They have was it koalas have gonorrhea or something
they have
like
chlamydia.
that? Chlamydia. That's
Hella
what it is.
chlamydia. Yeah.
Yeah. So the liberal machine is forcing me to vaccinate my cat.
Yeah.
Or I will lose my place to live, which is cool.
Yeah. This is, I think George Orwell wrote about this. You know, he warned us about a future.
Ignore all the truth that you see, and you're going to have to vaccinate your cat. My cat doesn't go outside.
Yeah.
He can't infect or be infected by other cats.
Yeah. He's not, that sounds an awful lot like, I don't have to wear a mask if you're wearing a mask.
No, you know what it sounds like? I don't have to wear a mask if I don't leave my house.
If I don't ever go outside, yeah.
If I stay alone in my house, I don't need a mask. Or if I stay in my house with an organism that can't catch this virus.
That's true, yeah.
I don't need to wear my mask. So no, it's not the same as that.
It'd be really funny if this is what turned you into a wild anti-vax person.
Yeah, I'm going to have a fucking MAGA hat and a "Don't Tread on Me" shirt next time because I have to vaccinate my cat or they're going to kick me out of my house. So I got to find like somebody who gives cat vaccinations. Hopefully that girl on the corner's still there. Maybe the spring water works.
The miracle water it's all cat vaccination.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's weird. I know dog vaccinations are a big thing because rabies is a big concern, and I guess cats, because they're mammals, technically can get rabies, but I think it's like way less likely that a cat gets rabies.
They're too crafty and fast to get rabies.
Yeah,
you don't catch a cat.
Well, or I mean, like if the cat bit something with rabies, killed something that had rabies.
Cats know who to bite,
Yeah, they're smart. Like it's the of all the things that you learn as a kid, all the portrayals in the liberal media. The one that holds true is dogs are sweet but dumb, and cats are mean but smart. That's one that holds true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you about mean and smart. This motherfucker, dude. Okay, so I have multiple injuries right now, and we'll go down the short list of injuries that I currently have. One of them caused by my cat. It's my fault, but I'm blaming him. Okay.
Sure thing.
I told you he's been shutting my door. He shuts my door to wake me up in the morning.
Yeah.
Because he shuts my door, stands by the door, meows like crazy, like, "Hey, asshole, can't get to my food. If you want me to poop on the carpet, you keep this door shut." So I get up, open the door, put a shoe in front of the door so the door can't close. I've been putting a shoe in front of the door before I go to bed. Sometimes I forget. Shoe me, you know what I mean? So
No.
So 2 days ago, I think it was like 2 days ago, it's not even light outside yet. Still dark. He's an early riser, this boy.
Yeah.
I hear my door slam. I'm asleep. It wakes me up. And I hear a bunch of meowing. And he's standing right next to the door. And I was like, you motherfucker. And I try not to reward him for being a jerk.
Sure.
So
yeah.
I get up and I open the door, and in one motion, I pick up the shoe and I throw it towards, like, I just like toss it towards the door. And as I'm like turning to get back in bed, I fucking nailed my forehead on the like the door jamb to my closet. Like, my closet isn't like a walk-in closet, but it's not like just a door, like a hall closet. It's like one of those wide closets with like a sliding door, you know?
Oh, like a folding door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it's two of these. It's these. So
Okay. Yeah.
there's one in front, one behind. They can cover both, or they can cover one, you know. And I slammed my forehead on the door jamb, like right here. You can kind of see it.
Mm-hmm. Which, bad for you. Like, it's always head injuries with you. You're right to the dome every single time.
I got a big old forehead, you know.
Yeah. You got a Junior Seau level of concussions.
I just fucking laid down and went back to sleep, dude. I was in a lot of pain. It did not feel good at all, and it was all my cat's fault.
Yeah.
And it was 6 a.m.
That's smart, for sure.
Also this morning, he wants me to wake up. So he comes and he walks in front of me and he sits down ass on my face.
Yeah.
Like, literally sits on my face. And I immediately, obviously, get him the fuck away from me. And then he comes back, like, I don't know how long later, because I'm trying to fall asleep. He comes back. He sits close to my face, but not on my face. Mm-hmm. And then I just see his arm go out, and he's slowly sliding the water bottle I have on the side table off the table with his arm. And I threw him off my bed when he did that.
Your cat's just performing microaggressions at you.
Dude, he sucks. So then he gets back on the side. So he comes back. He doesn't sit next to me. He sits on the side table. And he's like looking, and I knew what he was going to do. I knew this motherfucker was about to take out my lamp. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no. And he RKO's my lamp, bro. He jumps off. He grabs my lamp and just jumps off the end table.
Look, it was an escalation of violence, right?
He warned me.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. This aggression will not stand, man.
And then today, so that pisses me off, right? And that gets me kind of up. Like, because I'm like, no, why would you do that? And he's just sitting there looking at me. Because first he runs because the thing fell.
Right.
And then he
slowly
walks
he caused
back.
to run. That's the classic cat move. That's the thing that infuriates me about our cats, is they'll do a thing that they know will directly result in the disaster of something, but then they'll run away from it and be like, what the fuck was that noise?
Yeah,
who did that?
What's going on here, bro? Did a meteor come in? It's like, no, dude. So right now, before the podcast, I told you, hey, dude, I'm going to take a quick shower. I went to the gym. Take a quick shower, then we'll get going on the cast. And I'm in the shower. I'm listening to like fucking Million Reasons by Lady Gaga or something like that, getting down. Mm-hmm. The cat turns off the light in the shower in the bathroom.
This cat he's become your nemesis, dude.
Dude, it scared the shit out of me. Why? Why did my light just turn off?
And especially because you're the only person that lives in this house.
Yeah. So, and then I slowly realized what had just happened, because he's done it before. He does it when I'm brushing my teeth sometimes. And I slid the sliding door open, and he's just standing there on the counter looking at me.
Didn't want light, did you? The light bothers me, so I figured I'll just turn it off. That's how they're going to find you, dude. You're going to slip in that shower, and the light's going to be off, and Hobbs is just going to be standing there meowing.
Eating my face.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any food.
I truly have the cat from the Edgar Allan Poe shit. That's what's going on.
I have a cat story. I'll match your cat story. So I took the day after the concert off because I knew I was going to get home super late. Didn't want to have to go to work. So I was off and I was like doing some stuff around the house and I needed to take the trash out. And we have a back door that has the door and then it has the screen door. And sometimes if it's nice outside or whatever, we'll leave the screen door, like we'll leave the regular door open and just close the screen door.
Oh, I can't do that in my house.
No,
not with Hobbs.
Well,
Hobbs.
This is a metal screen, like it's a metal door. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like one of the mesh screens. My fucking cat climbs that shit to the top.
No, they can't fuck it up.
Right.
At least they haven't figured out a way yet. But one of the cats is getting his blowtorch sort of certification right now.
Yeah.
But
he's arc welding.
Yeah. But they love that. They'll just sit at the door and just look outside. But as I previously said, 2 of the cats were born inside. They've lived inside their whole life. They are not interested in going outside. If the door was left open long enough, I'm sure they would, but they're not interested. But the mom cat, it seems like all she wants to do is get outside. She loves it out there. And then I have to go chase her down and bring her back inside. So every time that I leave and I close a door behind me, it then becomes a gauntlet challenge between me and the cat. If I can block the cat from getting outside whenever I open the door. Because she wants it. Who wants it more? Low man wins.
Yeah.
Point of attack. And she got around me. She got out.
Oh, shit. Yep.
I was like, God damn it. And so I'm like trying to follow the cat. But the cat is crafty. Like it'll let me get like one step away and then it'll like bounce away from me like 3 or 4 steps. So I'm trying to chase this cat and then it's going in the grass and it had recently, it's rained quite a bit and I went to step and there was some like the ground was wet and there used to be a hole there apparently. So I step in this hole and like go mess my ankle up and I try not to get mad at the cat. The cat's just a cat. It's just doing the thing that the cat does, right? But I was like, God damn it. God damn you, cat. And so now I'm trying to chase the cat. My ankle's all fucked up. And
well, did you get wet? Did your foot get wet?
Yeah, because I was wearing flip-flops. I wasn't in my running shoes to chase this cat.
There's no protection in this situation.
Very little arch support. And so then the cat is there's like an old bush in the back of the house that's like mostly branches, so the cat's all up in there trying to figure out who lived here 37 years ago or whatever, what smell that is. And I try to lean down to get the cat, run my head straight into a branch that I didn't see. So
you
now
got fucking black sheeped when he's talking on the phone.
Yeah. And so now I've had it. Now I'm done. I'm done with the cat, right? And so I finally grab her, but now she starts freaking out and she's trying to claw me in the face while I'm trying to bring her back in the house where the food.
She's trying to do.
She's like a gravitron or whatever, trying to wiggle out,
turn into a slinky, like
and like trying to claw my face while I'm trying to take her back where there's warmth and food, and she just won't have it. So I like, and I have to remember. This is another living creature. The cat is just doing what the cat does. I can't be mad at the cat. I don't want my anger to mean that I like toss the cat in a way that's not nice or whatever, right? So I put the cat down, and her main thing, anytime she gets outside, she gets like a fighter instinct. So I put her down in the house and she just walks over to one of the other cats and just starts fucking bapping him up in the face. Even though that cat's done nothing to warrant that activity. It's wild, dude. but I was so mad a huge mark on my head from where I hit my head on the branch. Like, dude, next time
That's
I'll just leave you out there. Fine. You
that's
want to
so
live out
good.
there? You live out there then.
I think that's my cat. Whenever I pick him up, I'll pick him up and hold him like a baby for a little bit and talk to him, and he's just like always just like he's got these giant eyes and he's just pushing my head with his paws the whole
Yeah.
time because he's afraid of intimacy, you know. And
Yeah.
uh, every time I put him down from that, he'll stand for a second, and as soon as I turn around, bro, he gets big and puts his arms out like this and just grabs my leg.
Yeah. He has to let you know that you thought he was prey, but he's the predator. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in Greece when Kaneki and Danny hug because Danny asked Kaneki to be a second in the race,
Oh
and they
yeah.
hug and then they feel gay, so they like fake punch each other and then
Yeah.
they grease up their hair for a second.
Because the
That's
70s.
exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. He's like, no, dude, I ain't fucking. We're not that close.
you think you can just pick me up?
Yeah, I'm a fucking apex predator. God damn it! You see what I do to your lamp tomorrow?
Yeah. Just wait. You thought you had light when you showered, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew,
You don't think I know how to turn this off?
I went to the cinema last weekend.
Oh, there's multiple people who are excited about this.
I only saw one film.
There's people waiting with bated breath.
I wanted to give this film my full attention. I didn't double book. Didn't see anything else. Specifically, went to the movies to see Madam Web, starring Dakota Johnson and Stephanie Sweeney and some other people.
Yeah.
This movie stinks, Andrew. It fucking stinks. Of
course it does. It's a tertiary Spider-Man hero. You know what I mean? Like, is she a villain?
She's a
good guy.
She's an oracle. She could see the future.
God,
that's it. She doesn't have
sick
adventures.
Of oracles, bro. Bran Stark
Yeah.
is the end of oracles. Once Bran Stark happened, we all let our voices known that we don't need oracles anymore.
She's the three-eyed raven of the Spider-Man universe. This movie's it's impossibly bad. Like I don't even I don't know how they made a movie so bad. And it's bad for many reasons. One, classic trope. The movie opens with a flashback. Never a good sign of a movie if the opening is to a flashback of a character that we're never going to see again, and it's the origin story of the villain. Generally bad sign.
Is it like obvious flashback where everything's in slow motion and it's like weird?
Oh no, a thing comes up on the screen. 1974, Peruvian Amazon. As though I needed to know specifically. Couldn't just be the Amazon.
God, Sydney Sweeney's in this too?
Yeah.
She's in every movie. We're going to get like...
Well, she might not be in many movies after this.
She's really testing our patience. Like, how hot can you be? Like, how fast can we get sick of somebody so hot?
Yeah, it's so Peruvian Amazon. In this movie, it's where it opens. And so then there's a special spider that has healing properties. So we've heard from the legends. Is where Madam Web's mom is in 1975 or 74 or whatever. Then she gets killed. Spoiler alert for Madam Web. By the way, don't go watch Madam Web. So I'll spoil the shit out of this movie. And if you still want to go see it, going in stinks. Has the official stink rating from the Snark Marks.
It's got a 13% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. 56% audience score because there's a lot of dumb people in the world.
Dakota Johnson fired her agency after the first trailer for this movie came out. I don't think that people like, because that's the thing is, if you hear like, oh, it's part of the Spider-Man universe, it's a whole new spin-off, we're gonna franchise it and all of this. I doubt that people signed up thinking, oh, this movie's gonna stink, and I'm just gonna be a part of it. But it's written by the same people who wrote Morbius, the Morbius movie, the last most terrible movie. That's also about a secondary Spider-Man character.
This
Um,
S.J. Clarkson girl is it the same person? Oh no,
uh, she
she's a
directed it.
screenwriter and director.
Yeah, one of the other people
Looks like her name should be SJW. To be honest, she directed an episode of Succession.
Hey, good for her.
She directed an episode of Ugly Betty, an episode of Dexter. This is her first movie she's ever directed.
Yeah, and so then we meet Dakota Johnson. It's 2003. How do we know it's 2003? There is a poster for Beyonce's "Dangerously in Love" on one of the walls in New York City. 2003.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's an ambulance driver, but she's disconnected from the world. She doesn't know how to interact or give love or show love because her mom is dead, and she thinks her mom abandoned her to go to the Amazon. But she has a partner. She's a EMT. Her EMT partner, Andrew. Does the name Ben Parker mean anything to you?
Word.
Yes.
Goddamn Uncle Ben.
It's Uncle Ben as
The
an
rice.
EMT. A backstory that I am unaware exists for Uncle Ben. If it ever did, he might have been an EMT. That might be part of his lore. I don't know anything other than he gets shot, and it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man thinks it's his fault, even though random acts of crime happen all the time. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing in this movie is they can't say Spider-Man. There's not a Spider-Man to be found in this movie, but they want to put all sorts of adjacent Spider-Man things in the movie. So Uncle Ben's in this movie, but it's young Uncle Ben. He just met Aunt May. They're maybe going to get together at the barbecue that they have for the firefighters and EMTs.
Why can't they say Spider-Man?
They can say Spider-Man, but it's not a Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man doesn't exist yet. Because
it's not Spider-Man. Okay, yeah. Because Spider-Man doesn't exist yet.
Uncle
Peter's
Ben's sister, who is pregnant. Who's this baby? What's this baby gonna be? Might he grow up to be some kind of Spider-Man? Who knows?
Oh man. They could have been like, they've got the pregnant girl. They should have done this. If they should have just went full stupid. They got the pregnant girl and somebody's like, "Oh, how you doing? How's the pregnancy going?" "Oh, sometimes it feels like he's got 8 legs."
Yeah, no, he's always bouncing off the walls in there. That's what she says.
Yeah. Oh, they actually did a version of that joke?
Yeah.
I feel like mine's better.
This movie's bad. I told you. It does.
Oh my god.
So
I knew they would fucking do something like that. I could be in Hollywood.
Yeah. So the bad guy in this movie is a guy who is he's the killer of Dakota Johnson's mom, because he wanted to steal the spider, the special spider to take.
Can they come up with a non-parent dying fucking story in these things?
You have to. He wants a special spider because it has special powers, obviously. And this guy can see the future. And in the future that he sees, when he's old, he gets his ass straight up whooped by 3 spider women. And he gets killed. And so that's what he's terrified of. He's like, I've had this nightmare every night for 30 years or whatever.
Wait, there's spider women?
There are future spider women. Sydney Sweeney, other 2 ladies, will become spider people, but they are not yet spider people.
Is this post Spider-Man or pre Spider-Man still?
Well, the movie I believe the future that he sees, the Spider-Man probably exists, although we still don't see him. We see Sydney Sweeney in a spider person costume, Spider-Woman costume.
How's she look?
Well, you don't really get to see. You get to see her in a mask. She has like a kind of this kind of mask.
All right.
There's like 10 seconds of spider action.
Keep making 10 seconds of spider
I'm
of that
serious.
fucking hot webby spider action.
But now all three of those girls are teenagers. They don't know they're going to be spider people. So this guy's plan is to kill them now in the past, or the whatever his present is, so that the future where he gets his ass whooped and dies can't happen. And it's up to Dakota Johnson, who after a near-death experience can now also kind of see the future, but not really. Her powers kind of suck. She has to try to save the future Spider Women from this guy who dresses an awful lot like Spider-Man, but never once in this goddamn movie does anybody go, "Hey, does that guy kind of look like a Spider-Man?"
Yeah, that's some sort of Spider-Man.
He's wearing a Spider-Man costume.
It's a spider guy.
Yeah, this is some sort of spider dude. It's awful. It's the dialogue's terrible. There's a part in the movie. So the Spider-Man thing, of course, is with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Uncle Ben tells Peter Parker as he is dying, which leads to the whole thing with Spider-Man. In this movie,
goddamn thing.
that's what the whole thing's about. In this movie, check it out. Dakota Johnson gets told by a mystical Peruvian Spider-Man that she goes to visit when she's trying to figure out her mom's origin story. With great responsibility will come great power. You need to be responsible for these Spider Women. Stop trying to push everyone away. You need to embrace that the connections to people, and then your powers of being able to see the future but not being able to do much else will come through, and you'll be able to stop the spider guy.
That's some pseudo philosophical fucking Jaden Smith bullshit.
Yeah, if you saw it on like a poster in your dentist office, you might be like, "Oh, all right, that's interesting."
It's pretty powerful to be responsible.
Yeah, with great responsibility comes great power. Yeah, I could see how that could possibly be true. Wrong.
Yeah,
yeah, it's and Dakota Johnson, the Madam Web character, the reason she could see the future is because in the Amazon where they were researching, there's mythical tales of spider people coming down to help the villagers and so on. And of course, those spider people turn out to be real, but they're in South America, so no one knows for the next 30 years that they exist. And whenever she gets shot, they put her in a healing pool and they let one of their spiders bite her. But it doesn't save her. She still dies. But like somehow
they gave her the spider powers.
Yeah, somehow a piece of the spider power still goes to Dakota Johnson's character. It is devoid of action. Like there's barely any.
Oh, good. It's like it's 300, but if they only went to the oracles, like if that was the whole thing.
Yeah, they like run away a couple of times, and then of course there's like a final battle scene. But Madam Web doesn't know how to do karate or anything. She doesn't know how to fight. So it's and none of the other characters know how to fight yet because they're not spider people yet. But if you watch the trailer for this movie, the 10 seconds of spider people action that is pretty heavy in the trailers does not exist in this movie. It's really terrible, and like not even in a super fun way. It's just like dull. Like they don't do anything fun or zany. Like the Venom movies, I don't think are particularly great movies, but they're fun to watch because they're so zany and like crazy that you're like, okay, yeah, at least they decided to do something. This movie is like a bologna on white bread. Like technically that's a sandwich, but it doesn't do anything for you.
Listen, bologna tastes pretty good. This sounds like one slice of bullshit turkey. You don't get any mayo or cheese.
Dry ass turkey.
Yeah,
zero
slightly
basting.
stale bread.
Yeah, it's really like it's wild how bad this movie is, and it got beat at the box office by the biopic for Bob Marley. So I don't think we're going to get to see the continuing adventures of Madam Web and how it ties to everything, which is also like they're trying to tie a whole Spider-Man universe together without a Spider-Man. They're like all of these movies, no Spider-Man. Apparently, Tom
Yeah,
Holland was
yeah.
supposed to be in this movie, but they just cut him out. They they cut his scene out.
Literally the opposite of what the people want. Like,
Right.
you know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should make one of those Spider-Man movies, but take out all that Spider-Man nonsense and just add a bunch of chicks.
I feel like there's too much web slinging in these Spider-Man movies, and we haven't really drilled down into the lives of the people on the streets, the regular ass people on the streets.
We take the camera off the Spider-Man and put it on the. It's like the people who like expect us to focus on the victims after a mass shooting. It's like, no, they're just normal people. It sucks that they died, but I want to hear about the psychopath that was writing on the walls.
That's Let's
be realistic here.
I remember years ago, one of the big critiques when the movie Pearl Harbor came out was like, this movie's barely about Pearl Harbor at all. It's like a love story.
It's about Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, it's a love story that happens to take place where a historical event happened. That's sort of, but it's like all of those shows and all of those movies. Like they made Gotham, the TV show, which wasn't a terrible show for some of its run, and then it got real campy, and that's kind of fun too. But it's like they they can't make a Batman show because they don't own the rights to Batman, so they're going to make a show where there's all the ancillary characters and they just sort of allude to the idea of a Batman. And you're supposed to be like, whenever you find out Ben Parker's her partner, you're supposed to be like, oh shit, he's going to be really important to a character I care about way later than now.
Yeah. Like, definitely not in this movie, but eventually. And it's Adam Scott. I'm sick of him. I don't like his face. I don't like being told I look like him. I think that's the problem.
And the only thing that he ever does that's important is die in the origin story of the other guy I like.
And he delivers the line.
Yeah, he's got it. He's the one who opens up the world. But other than that, like, I don't care like what Uncle Ben was into. Did he play in an alternative rock band in his 20s? Was he going out every night hitting the Manhattan nightlife? I don't care. I don't need a
Brandy Alexander's.
Yeah. I don't need a rich he saw the Strokes whenever they only played 3 shows at some barn in Manhattan. I don't care. I don't need a rich Uncle Ben backstory. He just is old and he dies, and then I get to see Spider-Man do some stuff.
For the record, Ben Parker, model named after American founding father Benjamin Franklin.
Well, look at that.
That's more interesting.
Yeah.
Than him being an EMT. But I get like they made a movie that is about something that everybody loves. And they just completely took out everything that everybody loves.
Yeah.
And just so this is just a movie. Like this is just like you don't rely on any of the, oh shit, they're playing the song, or like, oh man, it's the Batmobile, like all that bullshit.
Right. There's no
you don't even have that cheap stuff.
No, there's no Spider-Man iconography in this movie. There's no web slinging. There's nothing.
And it's called Madam Web.
Well, yeah. So, and I don't know what Madam Web's ultimate, like what her job's supposed to be if this was successful. I don't know what you make Madam Web 2 about. Like she meets Spider-Man. Is that the movie?
She helps Spider-Man save things with her Oracle powers.
Yeah, that just seems like a lot of work. Like he's got a web sling over to her and be like, okay, in 3 hours I'm fighting the Rhino. What do you got? What do you see?
Well, listen, Dusty, they're trying really hard. I've been telling you. I'm continually vindicated, Dusty. It is a dying medium. It's been dying for a long time. It was overdone when it was really big. They're really trying to recapture the magic, but it's not going to happen. This is Weezer.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
I know, dude. I know it's hard, Dusty. I know it's hard. But even the mainline fucking Marvel shit sucked now. Like, there's nothing left. The well is run dry, Dusty.
This I cannot believe. I will not. I will say that they're like they've killed it, and now they're giving it no chance to resurrect itself. That I can agree with, because like they should really they should have never greenlit this movie. No, even at the height of everyone wants Spider-Man, nobody wants this movie. Or maybe I don't know. I guess I can't speak for everyone. I can't imagine that people care that much about Madam Web.
56% on Rotten Tomatoes, man.
Well,
Audience
I
score.
told you when I was in line to buy my ticket, I heard a lady in front of me had like her granddaughter with her, I think, and they were gonna just see whatever was playing, and the grandma is like, "What's Madam Web about?" And I was like, "Man, how do you explain what Madam Web is to someone who doesn't already know what it is?" That seems like a crazy thing to have to do. And then there were two older women next to her who were like, "Oh, we heard Madam Web's really, really good." From who? Who did you hear? Who told you? Who lied to you? But it's
who do you know? Because I'd like to meet the dumbest person who ever lived.
Well, but the thing is, it's also trailer lies, because the trailers make it sound and look like an action movie that has Spider-Man stuff in it, but there's no Spider-Man stuff, and it's not an action movie. There's
dude, Mike Epps is in this movie.
Yeah, he plays one of the EMTs.
Was he good at least?
He's only in like 5 minutes of this movie.
He needs to be in it more. That's their problem. Yeah. So this is literally this is a Bran Stark movie. This is like
yeah.
Person gets into an accident, becomes an oracle, can't move but can see the future, doesn't really do a lot with it.
Well, she
turns out to be very disappointing.
Spoiler alert, she can move.
Oh.
For like 90% of the movie. In the end, it doesn't even matter, because then she gets paralyzed. She's paralyzed and blinded at the end, because that's how Madam Web looks in all the comics. And they're like, "How are your eyes?" And she goes, "I can see better than ever now." Like, shut up.
Oh, fuck. Boo!
Yeah, man, it's pretty egregious. Like, and I'll watch, nearly everything. And I really did not have a good time watching this movie.
It's okay. So who's this? So Sony. So Madam Web was supposed to be the start of a new franchise, but following the film's commercial failure, these plans were reportedly dropped. One industry insider was quoted as saying, "We're not going to see another Madam Web movie for another decade plus. It failed. Sony tried to make a movie that was a different type of superhero movie. Sony supposedly plans to rework their entire franchise depending on the success of Kraven the Hunter." First of all, different type of superhero movie. Let's make them boring now. Yeah. But also, Kraven the Hunter is, do you know of Kraven the Hunter? It's another comic book. They're still trying, bro. They're fucking just going after it, bro. They're just going to keep trying.
You want to guess who Kraven the Hunter is part of the Rogues Gallery for?
I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
Who do you think his superhero nemesis is?
Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
Oh,
you want to guess who's not going to be in this movie? Spider-Man. It's an origin story for a bad guy in the Spider-Man universe who's only interesting when he's fighting Spider-Man. I don't care. Listen to me, movie studios, if somehow this gets to you. I don't care about why Kraven the Hunter is Kraven the Hunter. I know that there's a Patton Oswalt bit about this. You didn't learn back then. Listen to me. I just want to see him doing Kraven the Hunter stuff when he's fighting Spider-Man. I don't care about him otherwise.
Listen, dude,
kick rocks, Kraven the Hunter.
There's no corn left on this cob.
Yeah.
Stop nibbling the cob. There's nothing left. Yeah, there's no meat left on this chicken wing.
Yeah.
And you're just sucking on it.
The thing is,
sucking on it.
Venom was successful. Venom 1 and Venom 2, and that's a Spider-Man villain, but he's got his own, like, backstory and mythos, and like he's an anti-hero who can operate separately from Spider-Man. Kraven the Hunter literally only exists to fight Spider-Man. He's got no interior life that I've ever found besides fighting Spider-Man. We're not talking about a Magneto level character here who's got a rich backstory and motivations. He just wants to hunt the most dangerous game. And Spider-Man is like hunting a person, but he's also got spider powers. That's it. That's as deep as it goes. But they want to get it's a my dad was mean to me movie. That's what that movie is. My dad raised me to be like mean and tough like him, but in the end, he's going to find out that I also can be kind or whatever. I don't care. They don't care
Listen,
about
they've
him.
got me. They've got me like actively rooting. We got to stop.
Yeah.
Look, we're just we're we're just beating a pud, Dusty.
Look,
It's not gonna wake up, dude.
I would say but the thing, they can't pump out Spider-Man every year, and they want
so stop. Make other movies.
No, IP, dude. That's it.
Dude,
Everything else is dead.
Billion topics.
Nope. We got
Make the Sandlot fucking new generation.
Make Sandlot 3.
I think there is a Sandlot 3. I think
there's a Sandlot 2 for sure.
Oh, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I believe they made a Sandlot 3 too, though.
Yeah.
Just make a movie about something else for once in your goddamn, Like, I want to see Napoleon. I haven't seen Napoleon. I want to see Napoleon. See, that's the problem. I complain about this shit, but like, I end up like, because Kai wants to go see a Marvel movie, I end up going and watching one and giving them money, and then the Iron Claw comes out, and I don't watch it because nobody wants to go watch it with me.
Right, and then our biopic conversation last week, I don't know that much about Napoleon. Seems interesting. I'll go watch Napoleon. Yeah.
Listen, Napoleon is a historical figure that it deserves a biopic.
Yeah.
I like historic epics like that. I heard it was like fucking meh. It was fine.
Yeah, it was fun. It was sneaky funny. I enjoyed.
Good.
But like actually funny. That's but the there's a scene where Napoleon's talking to like the German ambassador or something, and he thinks the German guy is like big timing him, and he goes, "You Germans think you're so great just because you have boats." It's like that's such a funny the delivery of that line, and I guess the idea that like Napoleon was also a funny person is nice. Like that's interesting to me. But yeah,
I think a lot of like I bet a lot of them were funny. Like, I ain't gonna give Hitler this, okay? But I bet a lot of the crazy, megalomaniac conquerors of the world were at least moderately funny. Yeah,
I could go with that. All right. So yeah, Madam Web, other Arkansas Dusty, see it or don't, but you've been properly warned. It stinks.
It certainly sucks ass. Stop making them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to I wanted to tell. I sent you a text.
Yes.
Yesterday. Do you have the phone available?
I do indeed.
Can you read the text I sent you?
The text you sent me. Well, you sent me a text today.
Today, that's what I'm talking about.
11:01 that said, "Remind me to talk about inspirational videos where a guy with no feet skateboards and shit." And then I put, "Oh no." Do I need to get out in front of this and put a disclaimer that your views do not necessarily reflect?
No.
Okay.
It's not gonna be. We've got enough of them. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm sick of the guy with one hand deep sea fishing. I'm sick of the guy with no feet skateboarding. I'm sick of all of it. Like, cool, dude. Hell yeah. Good for you, man. Mm-hmm. It just seems like the biggest, like, low-hanging fruit inspirational shit. I literally can't scroll by it fast enough.
Right.
I'd rather see a guy, a 2x4 land on his head than, like, the only one that I'll give him. And I mark out every once in a while for when they let the special needs kid score in the basketball game.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'll take that one. I'll
Yeah.
take that one all day. But I'm sick of like, what's your excuse? This guy with fucking no legs doing pull-ups. I'm like, well, I'm a little heavier than that guy. You know?
Right. Well, and it's like good for that guy. That doesn't mean like I don't like in your face challenges to what I'm doing. What if I don't want to do pull-ups? They're like,
Yeah.
well, you should be happy you have arms. I am happy I have them. I just don't want to do pull-ups with them. Does that mean
Exactly.
am I a bad person for that? I don't think so.
Yeah. Hey, do this.
Well, I think it's like it's
call me when you can do that.
well, we had a similar crossroads. I think we've talked about it on the podcast
Dum
before.
dum dum dum
Yeah.
dum dum.
meet me at the. I miss my Uncle Charles, dude. But I believe we talked about it before. But we were at the place we used to work together had a talent show one year.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do like an America's Got Talent backstory for everyone. But when we went to do our interview, it felt like they were trying to mine tragedy for the use at the bank Christmas party. Like, tell us some sad shit that happened to you so that we can cut it together with a dude walking down like a railroad crossing while sad music plays in the background. Like, and both of us agreed, like, the commodification of our grief is not worth the $2,000 we could win at this thing if we win first place. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not interested in mining my personal story for people at the bank that I don't care about hearing that, you know.
I told them I was born in the bank and I've never left the building.
And I told them that John
they put
Bonham
it on
was
the screen.
I told them that John Bonham was my dad, legitimately.
And he drank himself to death.
Yeah, and I think that might have our glibness in the face of everyone else's earnestness might have been a reason that people didn't vote for us. And
dude, they were so annoyed with us when they were filming it.
And if that's the case, then that's fine. I'd rather lose.
Worth it.
Yeah, like, but that's everything. Like, sometimes we'll watch American Ninja Warrior or something, and everybody has a story. And I think maybe that's the point, is like, I'm not trying to minimize these people's hardships or the fact that they have to overcome things, but like that it's for a TV show to make me feel a particular way while a dude's trying to salmon ladder up a obstacle course that looks like a dragon is not like, I don't care. I'm sorry. Well, I don't care.
And like, if they get the guy with like, oh, he was born one leg longer than the other, he's gonna have a slower time, but goddamn it, it's cool that he can do it. It's like, no, I turn this on to watch freaks of nature do this as fast as they can.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it to watch Stubby fucking struggle his way to the end for some moral victory. Like, I like magic, right? I watch magic shit. I'm a dork, right? Sure. So Penn and Teller fool us. There's videos all the time of the magicians trying to fool Penn and Teller, and there's a video that's like, unbelievable sleight of hand by a man with no hands. I've never watched the video. I guarantee it's not as good as a normal person. See, I don't care. I think I'm not impressed.
But it's all, it's that whole, it's all for clickbait, and it's all for the like sort of inspiration for inspiration sake sort of thing. And I don't know. It gives, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's inspiration for inspiration's sake. It's low-hanging fruit bullshit.
As
the
kids might say, it gives me the ick,
100%.
Like
Ick City. They should send a camera crew to my house. Man with broken stomach eats 3x3 and animal fries. That's lives, just as miraculous.
Yeah, and lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, hang out for an hour and a half after, where I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm probably going to be fine.
I shouldn't have done it, but I did anyway.
I did anyway. You guys want to watch some Survivor?
Yeah. It's in a different realm than this, but it's sort of adjacent to it, is like very, very sad commercials about like abused animals. where I'm like, look,
Oh yeah,
you don't have to make this sadder than it is. I already feel bad.
I'm trying to watch Burn Notice.
Right. Yeah, I'm already sad. I got it. People are
Yeah.
mean and the animals didn't deserve it. But like we have to find the saddest song we can find, and every sad, like not just a sad dog, it's got to be the saddest dog you've ever seen. But then at the end it's all about like, but you should probably give some money to us,
Yeah.
right? Cuz we help the dogs. And I'm like, you know what?
And you're just sitting at home watching Burn Notice.
Yeah.
Fucking selfish.
No. You know what I do? I round up my Taco Bell order every time. They're like, "Do you want to give it to the children's Taco Bell music fund?" You know what? I do. Go ahead and kick it up.
I say no because, and this is why.
Uh-huh.
This is why. I don't want to pay for your tax write-off, you son of a bitch, Taco Bell. You're
Yeah.
worth billions of dollars. Donate the money yourself and write it off. Don't do it on my dime. I'll donate on my own time. You know how much money I'm giving to bullshit GoFundMe's? Some kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't want to get hit.
He's ugly and people are mean to him, so I give him money.
I don't like getting hit with it 18 times a day at every place I go. So it's like, yeah, I kicked it up for Taco Bell, but then when I go to the movie theater's got a guy they want me to round up for. And then I go to Chipotle, and the Chipotle guy has a guy that they need me to round up for. And
everybody's got a guy, man.
Yeah, and then the audacity. I don't look. This might make me a villain, a capitalist villain. You
about to start talking about tip culture?
Yes.
We're about to start talking about tip culture? Thank
Bullshit.
you, man. I've been on this train for a long time.
Look, if I come into your place and I sit down and I have a meal, I will tip that person and I will tip that establishment. I was there. I took up space. Someone else could have been sitting there. Someone has to come and bust the table. Someone has to clean the table. All of that.
Hashtag no problem.
No
problem.
Yeah. I'm 100% in. If I
tip well in those scenarios.
Yeah, if I order DoorDash, someone's saving me the time to drive and go get the food and bring it to me. Hey, guess what? I'm kicking a few bucks that guy's way. That guy has provided additional service to me. I have no problem. DoorDash guy.
Yeah.
If I order the food and I go get the food and then I pay for the food and then the guy brings the little thing up and he flips it around like, hey, don't you want to kick some extra funds? But no, you did the exact service that I paid you to do.
Yeah.
That is the exact thing that I paid you for. And I'm leaving. So I'm not taking up any space. I'm not dirtying anything extra up. You run a restaurant. I ordered food. You made the food. I came and got the food. I don't need to give you $4 more unless you want to just charge me $4 more and have that count as the tip. Fine.
Dude, those iPads are the worst thing that ever happened to American commerce, bro. I'm sick of, it's gonna ask you a question real quick and they look away, like they're not gonna immediately look at the screen and see if you tipped them as soon as they flip that goddamn thing back at their face. Like I'm sick of it, man. If you make my Starbucks in the drive-thru, I'm in my car.
Yeah.
If you gave me a nice little drink tip, like if you gave me like try this one, you know what I mean? Maybe you'll get $1 for that. No, yeah. I'm just kidding. I say yes every time because I don't want to look like an asshole.
Right.
And I'm going to start saying no, man. I'm going to start actually weighing it out. And if you deserve it, I'm saying yes. And if you don't deserve it, I'm going to say no. Unless you're a cute girl that I think I might have a chance with, in which case.
That's where you're dropping all that extra money.
Yeah, then you can't. You can't. That's not where I want to lose it. You know what I mean? Right. But it's like I was when I got a ticket the other day. I got a speeding ticket. Well, not the other day. On January 1st, I got a speeding ticket. I almost expected the cop to hand me an iPad and go, "It's going to ask you a question real quick."
How was my service today?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and I understand people in the service industry that are out there. I understand tips really help. I provide a service to the city. Right? I entertain the city. I talk on the radio.
Sure.
People are driving down the street. I have to come up with things to say to them out of nowhere, out of the blue. And they're having these boring days and they get to listen to Andrew, or they have to listen to Andrew, right?
Sure.
I'm trying. I don't have an iPad to flip around.
Right. Well, and the point should be, I am all in favor All like pretty much everybody should get paid more. Anybody that's not the CEO of a company that gets paid an hourly wage or whatever, like you should make more money. I'm in favor of you making more money. Uh, and I'm aware that capitalism is hard and bad and tips help, but like every place wants me to tip now, and I just don't. I don't got it. I don't got it for everyone. I go to the movie theater. I have to pay $97 to get a drink and a hot dog, and then they're like, "Hey, can you kick it down to me?" No, I'm sorry, man. I cannot.
It's listen. I wish I could.
I will
You know
not.
what I mean? But I don't got it. And you didn't do much. Like if the person who the nurse who puts my freaking IV in,
Yeah.
I don't tip her. She provided quite a service.
Yep. Well, and that's
The
a person
who
that's a person I would tip if there were a tipping option, 100 times.
you don't tip the guy who put your catheter in.
Right.
You're gonna tip the person who just put your fucking sandwich in a bag. Gets $1.50.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, man? And like, so we haven't had a single candidate in anything talk about this because it would be very hard to accomplish.
Right.
The first motherfucker. I don't care if he's a fascist. I don't care
Uh-huh.
if he wants to ban all books and cats.
Uh-huh.
Cats are now illegal. You got to eat them. If you have a cat, you got to eat it next week.
Uh-huh.
If he says I'm going to overhaul tipping culture in the United States to make it more like Europe, where tips are never expected, but you can tip people if you want to, I'm voting for you.
Right.
You could say all freaking straight white dudes have to jump in a volcano. If it's not tomorrow and I get to live a tip-free life for like 20 years and then jump in that volcano, sign me up.
Well, and again, I'm not against tips for everything. There are times where I feel like tipping is a completely acceptable part of a service that I'm doing.
Sure. And I tip well in those times, like I said.
But
big old fat tips, bro.
Yeah, but if I'm doing the legwork, I don't understand. Like the service costs X amount of dollars. When I go to the Apple store and I buy headphones, I don't have to tip on the headphones. The headphones cost what they cost, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like
and that Apple Store guy still had to go in the back and get the fucking headphones and bring them to you. That's as much as somebody who poured your soda for you did.
Yeah,
it's like
it's wild.
It's terrible.
Well,
literally, there's been times when I've been like, I need to start carrying cash because we need to eliminate that iPad from this situation. Well, that iPad's where it's coming from.
And like you said, the worst part is that guy now sees that I didn't tip him, and I haven't quite got my food yet.
Yeah.
So like there's an awkward exchange that's about to happen where I've deemed that I've paid enough. It's not like I don't want to pay anything. I'm paying what the thing costs. What you determined the thing cost, which also is not what it costs. I'm paying a markup on this pizza for sure. But that's fine.
And I should.
Yeah.
You're the one who went out and got the pizza. You built this big building around the pizza, like
right. I'm more than happy to help. But
God damn it, man.
Yeah. Between that and the can you kick up the price to help the children's camps, you know, the so that the kids can play instruments, things are rough out here.
Yeah, it's like everything you look at a menu when you're buying food out, it's like everything on this costs 25% more than what it says on the menu.
Well, and if they raised the price 25% and I never had to tip and I never had to deal with the iPad again, do it. If that's what it's going to cost me anyway, just do it.
The problem is it doesn't. It's like the thing is with servers, they're getting like $2 an hour because the world is bullshit.
Right.
And they figured out that if they can pass all of it on to us, and with tips we can pay the servers a living wage, which is cool. Some servers making a lot of money.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the problem. This is why this is going to be a very hard problem to solve, because as soon as a motherfucker goes, I'm going to revamp tipping culture and this is bullshit and we're going to have to stop this this expected gratuity on everything, then the people who own restaurants are going to say you're about to put a lot of people out of business.
Yeah.
Or good luck paying fucking $16 for a soda.
Right.
Like that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, then how do these people survive in England? Like, there's something going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I understand the restaurant business is a hard thing to do. I'm not pretending I know the solution to this problem. I just know this is getting out of hand, and we got to stop this now.
Yeah. It's definitely like, and we're not the only ones to voice this opinion. We're, it's out there now. The tide is turning.
To be fair, I might have been the first one.
You might, you could have. This is your Marvel movies.
It's like the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I was out ahead of this one, and people are finally starting to slowly come around on it.
Yep.
Kai made fun of me hard because like over a year ago, I went on a like this style rant just to her, and she wasn't participating in it.
Right.
And I'm just like, look, it's out of control. It is bad. And so I had one. I got my car serviced the other day. Guy walks me over to an iPad, literally walks me across the building to an iPad where I had to pay for my car oil change. Just fucking asked me for a tip there. Are you not paying the guy who changed the oil in my car?
Right.
Am I paying you for walking me over to the iPad?
Yeah, I think it's just wherever you can get, they think they can maybe get it.
It hasn't helped anybody more than it's helped Starbucks workers.
Right.
Like, because Starbucks, they used to have the box. There's a box at Starbucks. They put some money in the box to make it look like people actually tip at Starbucks. And what really happens is you throw your quarters in there when you got quarters left.
Yeah.
And I never I would throw one in every once in a while when people were really nice and like I knew the people and all that stuff. But like I wasn't a habitual Starbucks tipper. I've probably tipped like the last 20 times I've been to Starbucks because the goddamn iPad.
Yeah.
And they flip it and then they're like, hey, you feel like being an asshole today? And I'm like, no, I don't. I guess don't.
My bluff has been called.
There's not even a 0 button.
Right.
It starts at 10 and then there's like you have to hit other and then literally type in 0. I think I've never done it.
There is a no. I've seen a no option before.
I'm going straight I'm doing it from now on, Dusty, and I will report back.
I appreciate that.
If I have any, because I'm taking a stand.
One man fighting the rising tide.
Dude, it's bad. It's bad. I was talking to somebody this weekend when I was at the bachelor party I was at, and he's worse than me in terms of like, he literally like straight up won't tip a lot of people. Like he says no a lot.
Yeah.
And he says no in certain situations in which I wouldn't say no. But we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
We got to stop tips. Tips are stupid. It's a stupid bullshit culture. Like you said, there's certain times to tip. Like if I'm at a golf course and a guy comes and gets my clubs and carries them to the cart, I'm going to give him some money. I feel bad in that scenario.
Right.
If you tip your valet, you tip stuff like that. I understand certain things, even though still kind of bullshit. If you're paying for valet, I'm paying for valet.
Right. That's I don't know where the line is, but we should try to reinvestigate the line. That's all I'm asking for.
I'd be more in favor for no tips ever than I am for this current tip climate. The current tip climate is a disaster.
Yeah, we're living in a really terrible time for tipping.
We've passed that point of no return that Al Gore was talking about.
Right. Yeah, we're now there's nothing we can do. This is the tip culture climate change argument.
There's a bunch of assholes out there going, no, tip culture fluctuates and it goes up and down naturally and humans have nothing to do with it. But we know.
Right. This is a man-made problem.
This is being manipulated.
Yeah. All right.
Repeat off, Dusty.
Yeah. I'm going to try to help you simmer down.
All right.
I want to do this over the next couple of weeks, but I'd like to present this that I worked on right now. I would like to present to you, Andrew, in honor and for the upcoming March Madness tournament. I have the Pop Punk Song Eliminator Tournament.
Oh shit!
That I have begun. I only have 8, so we'll only do one round this week. We'll come back next week because I'll implore you. You don't know any of the songs. I have decided this on my own. I didn't share this with you beforehand, so I think this week We're going straight off of the feeling. And then next week's competitors, whoever makes it through, I'd like to challenge you to really listen to the songs to determine what you think the best song is.
And these are songs that you know that I'll know.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you ready for round one?
Yeah.
So I picked 8 pop punk bands, and I took their top song off of Spotify, and I entered that into the tournament. And then I randomized the order. So this is the seeding. Number 1, The Offspring, You're Gonna Go Far Kid, is going.
See, that fucking sucks because You're Gonna Go Far Kid is representing The Offspring.
That's but it's the best way that I can do it.
Yeah.
It's the most fair version. Because I can't just pick the songs, because we might have different tastes in what we think the best song by a particular band is. I'm just going based off of the masses. Number 2 in the tournament, Sum 41, In Too Deep. That is the number 1 song on Spotify.
That fucking hurts, bro. Sum 41's a really good band. In Too Deep's a great song. It's a great song.
Number 3, the All American Rejects, Gives You Hell. Top All American Rejects song.
Not Move Along. This is a weird list, dog.
I'm telling you.
A weird list.
Number 4, Green Day, Basket Case.
Okay.
Okay.
This is okay.
Number 5, Newfound Glory, My Friends Over You.
I don't know if I know that one. I didn't listen to Newfound Glory very much.
See? You think you did. Number 6, NoFX, Linoleum.
It's a very good song. It's a very good song.
Very good song.
I love Linoleum.
Number 7, Blink-182, All the Small Things.
Okay.
And last, in the tournament, Good Charlotte's The Anthem. The 8th seed.
Oh, I know this Newfound Glory song.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. The Anthem's a banger.
So, round 1, we have You're Gonna Go Far Kid by The Offspring versus The Anthem by Good Charlotte.
Oh, it's the Anthem.
You think so?
I feel like it's got to be the Anthem in that one. The Anthem was like, hold on, I gotta turn off this Newfound Glory song. I just realized it's still playing. The Anthem was a prime song. The Anthem is the Good Charlotte song.
Oh, I see.
You're Gonna Go Far Kid,
right?
Late stage Offspring song. Late stage. Well, they're still fucking together and making music, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just feel like the Anthem's a better song.
Yeah, You're Gonna Go Far Kid is the third. It is the highest, or it's the longest consecutive run for any Offspring song at number 1 on the Billboard chart. Come Out and Play and Hit That are the other number 1 Offspring songs.
See, that's the interesting thing is Hit That, once again, not as good of a song as a lot of their biggest songs. It just seems like they peaked at that time, probably because pop punk was more commercial then, right? Than it was when Americana came out and shit, you know?
Yeah. The album that You're Gonna Go Far Kid on went platinum. The Anthem by Good Charlotte was on The Young and the Hopeless. That album went gold. So, but I think your argument that, like, if you were going to synthesize Good Charlotte down to one song, or like what is their sound down to one thing, it would be the Anthem, I think.
Yeah, and I think it stood the test of time more. I think people remember the "You're Gonna Go Far Kid,"
Yeah.
but people remember fucking "This is the Anthem, throw all your hands up, yeah." I just feel like it's a more fun song. I don't know. I think the Anthem takes it for me. I know you don't like "You're Gonna Go Far Kid."
I don't. I dislike it quite a bit, but I'm trying to be the neutral arbiter here because I sprung the songs on you. So I don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be. I'm just trying to present the facts, just the facts.
So you're gonna have me decide on all these.
I think so. I'm gonna give you my opinion, but I don't think.
But I'm going to be
I think
I'm going to be a
you're going to be the arbiter. Yeah. So moving
Okay.
on,
Well,
an upset number 8 seed, Good Charlotte, defeats the number 1 seed.
mhm.
So secondly, I think I know where we're going. I think this one's gonna hurt you. Somebody's got
Yeah.
to go. Big Hitter's got to go.
Is this Sum 41 versus Green Day?
We've got at number 2, Sum 41, In Too Deep, off of their
Yeah.
album All Killer No Filler, which went platinum. The song peaked at number 10 on the U.S. Alternative chart, taking on Blink 182's
Okay.
All the
Yeah.
Small Things, which was released off of their third album, of course, Enema of the State, was a number 1 hit on the modern rock track, and Enema of the State went platinum 5 times.
Man, this really is a hard one for me. Because song-wise, fuck. Because All the Small Things, I think, is an overrated Blink 182 song. I think there are a million better Blink 182 songs. Blink 182 thinks there's a million better Blink 182 songs. They intentionally wrote like a hit with this one. But Sum 41, incredibly underrated pop punk band. A lot of people still shit on that band, and they're wrong. Like they were one of the harder pop punk bands. They made consistently good albums. In Too Deep is not their best song, but it's a very good song. It was a big song on, not as big as All the Small Things, but it was still a big song on like movies, if I remember correctly. In Too Deep specifically.
Yes.
Might have been on like Old School or something like that. It was on like movies like that.
It's like an American Pie 2 situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of thing.
God, I'm not going to feel good about either guess here.
Now, the best part of All the Small Things to me is the interlude after the second chorus where they kind of build the whole thing back up.
Yeah.
Into that final chorus. I will say that part to me is not better than the best part of In Too Deep, which is the double tapping guitar solo, which fucking rules in that song.
Oh yeah, it's got that guitar solo. That dude's a really good guitar player. And they've got the intro where it's just like the muted guitar with the faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling. That sounds like the era, right? Like that is like quintessential pop punk skater kids. We were all like, we loved Jackass, and we were just dork jerks who wore fucking dickies.
Yeah, the kids that Fat Lip is about. You know, the In Too Deep's not necessarily about, but it's capturing that moment very well.
I just don't know if I could put it over All the Small Things just because of All the Small Things. Like I have to. Am I speaking for America? Because if I'm speaking for America, I have to put All the Small Things.
It is so. I don't know that this will help. I don't know that it matters. It is stripped away. What is the better song? Just
In Too Deep.
This one
In
song.
Too Deep. Okay. Stripped away, In Too Deep's a better song.
So that,
in my opinion,
sure, that's where we're going. Yeah, this is.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel, which one?
I would go In Too Deep. Also, I think you're right that there are Blink songs that I think could beat In Too Deep. Although In Too Deep is a really strong. If we're just talking song versus song, it's tough.
I think Blink definitely has multiple songs that I would put over In Too Deep.
Yeah.
Like I would put Adam's song over In Too Deep. I would put Stay Together for the Kids above In Too Deep. I'd go what's that
the
one
Anthem
song?
Part 2.
The Anthem Part 2 I would put over In Too Deep.
Maybe even like
Online
Dumpweed.
songs.
Dumpweed's a really great
Dumpweed,
song.
Damn It, definitely over In Too Deep. But there's also some 41 songs that I would put over all those some of those songs too. So
all right, number 3 seed, All American Rejects, Gives You Hell, off of their third studio album When the World Comes Down from 2008. This is their most successful song. It topped the mainstream top 40 and the adult top 40 chart and peaked at number 4 on the Hot 100. This helped the album go certified gold. Versus Linoleum by NoFX off of Drunk in Public, the 5th studio album by NoFX. There are no chart positions for Linoleum, but well, it's their highest rated song, made it to number 12 on the Heat Seeker chart, and helped their album get to 500,000 copies, a million worldwide, which makes it the best selling NoFX album.
Man, they had an album sell 1 million records
Worldwide. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Big in Japan.
I love NoFX.
Yeah.
They're one of my favorite punk/pop punk bands. They're playing their last show this year, and I really want to go. It's in like Southern California somewhere. But Linoleum's one of my favorite NoFX. I mean, the Linoleum wins this. I like the All American Rejects.
Okay.
I like It Gives You Hell. It's a great song. I'm surprised that's their biggest song. I'm surprised it was bigger than Move Along. I would have put like money and health on Move Along to win that.
Yeah.
But NoFX, they're not for everybody, so I it's hard for me to even call them underrated, but they're my go-to right now. Currently, they're my go-to punk band. Like I watched Mattersville live on YouTube yesterday.
Yeah.
I listen to them at the gym sometimes. I love NoFX, and Linoleum is like it's very representative of what they do. It's a short song. It's Fat Mike going over a really fast thing.
Yeah.
And he does he's really good at the bass. He does some really cool things with the bass.
That guitar riff at the beginning, that like like that sort of stilted. Yeah. I really enjoy that. Gives You Hell is like, it's a fun sing along song. I don't hate that as a fun pop punk song.
No, I like it. Yeah, it's a good song.
But I was concerned for a second because I was like, Linoleum 1,000% is the better song of these two songs. And when I was listening to it, getting ready for this, then I listened to a few other NoFX songs. Bob might be the best NoFX song.
Bob's really good.
Don't Call Me White.
Don't Call Me White's a great song. I think Mattersville is my favorite one.
The Bruise.
Oops, I OD'd. Oops, I OD'd is really good.
Yeah.
And Idiots Are Taking Over. The Separation of Church and State. War on Errorism was my first foray into NoFX. Yeah. This was like Bush era stuff, and I love that album. So they're the shit.
Yeah, they rule. All right, last matchup of round one. We have in the 4 spot, Basket Case by Green Day, taking on My Friends Over You by The Newfound Glory. I love My Friends Over You. I am bummed that it drew so poorly. It's
a tough pull.
Yeah, in the first round. Look, do any of these other songs exist if Basket Case doesn't happen? Basket Case, of course, off of Dookie, released in 1994, spent 5 weeks at the top of the alternative songs chart, got a Grammy nomination for best vocal performance. It was ranked the 150th greatest song of all time by Rolling Stone. And of course, Dookie sold over 10 million copies.
This is Daryl Horcher having to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov on short notice.
Yeah, and My Friends Over You by Newfound Glory. It's the lead single off their third album, Sticks and Stones. Charted at number 85 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 5 on the Modern Rock chart. Certified gold in the U.S.
And that...
You're fighting the champ. It's tough.
That's the problem. That riff at the beginning, the is an iconic pop punk riff. Like everybody who's around at that time, like as soon as I heard that, I knew what this song was, and it was a very famous riff. That if you listen to that music at all back in the day, you heard this. If you watched Fuse, right, whenever this came out, you heard this a lot. Nothing they've like you're not beating Basket Case.
Yeah.
in that matchup. I don't want to spoil the rest of them because I really do have to think about the rest of them. But
well, just do you have the time to listen to me whine? Well, while he's palm muting that guitar, like into the "It all keeps adding up," and then the drums come in. Like I don't know. It's a tough.
yeah,
That song's tough to beat against literally almost any song. If we were still doing Song Hall of Fame, we're hanging up the jersey for Basket Case.
yeah. Nobody's topping Basket Case. Well, nobody's saying no to Basket Case on Song Hall of Fame, and that's the thing. Like Green Day, the Green Day got a little lucky too. No, they didn't get lucky because they have a lot of bangers, but they got one of their bangers, like something that's like a timeless song.
Yeah,
like we're lucky that. What if would you have used it if this is most played of all time, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, would you have used it if like one of the new album, the one they stole from the Pink song, was the most popular Green Day song right now or something?
I was originally gonna put Longview, which I still think beats My Friends Over You.
It beats song to song. It beats the new
but then I decided like, I'll just look and see what the most popular one is. So yeah, that sets up next week. I want you. I do just.
I'm gonna write down the matchups.
Try to give them a listen.
Yeah,
we've got the Anthem, taking on Linoleum.
Okay.
And In Too Deep versus Basket Case. It's not a bad bracket matchup. That's and so maybe we'll do the semis and the finals next week, but I don't want to do them all on the same
I think we can do that
day, you know. Give you some time to think about it.
I'll make sure to give them all a listen. I listen to Linoleum like every other day anyway. And you just incidentally hear Basket Case all the time, so I probably heard that within the week. But
they're playing it at the Miracle Water Stand where you were at.
Yeah. I know. Out of these four, I probably listen to the Anthem the least often, and then In Too Deep, and then Basket Case, then Linoleum. I think I listen to Linoleum right now at this point in my life. I've been listening to Linoleum a lot. It's funny that it ended up on this list because I've been listening to it a lot. I love that song. So actually, the singer for NoFX posted this video. The singer for what band was it? And his daughter did a cover of Linoleum that's like acoustic. It's the singer for sorry, I can't click it. MXPX.
Oh, that's kind of a fun converging of your worlds, you know?
Yeah.
As a church kid.
I'll send you a copy of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the link because it's actually really good. It was one of those, those videos where you're like, I'll watch 10 seconds of this, and you end up watching the whole thing. They did a really good job of it. So, and then you actually get to hear what the words to Linoleum are, which is something new. So
that's
to me.
Yeah.
You want to do some trivia and get out of here? We got more.
Let's do the trivia and get on out of here.
Yeah, and then we were gonna do
movies,
birth year movies, but we'll do that next week. I think we've done a full podcast.
Yeah, we don't want any more anger from our diatribe against tipping, you know.
Oh God, people are gonna be mad. So this is the dozen. This is the Barstool Sports trivia, dailydozentrivia.com. You get 9 questions, different topics. The first 3 are all sports. The rest are like culture, basically American culture. You can get a lot of different things. First one is NFL. Following his run in the USFL, Herschel Walker joined this current-day NFC East team in 1986, where he would form a backfield duo with former Heisman Trophy winner Tony Dorsett.
I believe that to be the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what I was going to guess too, especially because of Tony Dorsett. Nailed it. Attaboy.
Look at us.
NBA. Nick Young and Andre Blatch were 2 of the leading scorers on this 2011 Eastern Conference team that won only 23 games. No fucking idea.
The Indiana Pacers, for some reason, came to my mind, but I don't know that is correct.
You okay with me trying it?
Let's give it a shot.
Wrong.
Man.
Golf. At one point ranked the number one golfer in the world, this German golfer is a 2-time major winner, having taken home the 2010 PGA Championship and 2014 U.S. Open. Oh, this is God damn it.
Jurgen Blurgen.
Jurgen Blurgen. I'm trying to think.
Look, this is all your wheelhouse. I have nothing.
I know. Bernard Langer, I think, is German, but he's old as shit, and he would not have won the 2014 U.S. Open. I'm gonna be pissed when I don't get this right. 2010, 2014. We're gonna skip it because I don't want to sit here and fucking think about golfers while people are listening to our podcast. First introduced in 1994, this is Cars. The Odyssey is a line of minivan models manufactured by what automobile company? That is Honda.
I was going to say, isn't it the Honda Odyssey?
Yeah. Chain restaurants. What fast food chain sold a failed version of bone-in wings dubbed Mighty Wings in 1990 to 2003, 2013, and for a short time in 2016?
This I do not know. I want to say McDonald's, but I don't, because I know that they used to sell wings. But I don't have any, like, if you have a different guess.
Nailed it, dude.
Hell yeah.
Got the golf one wrong. I tried Retief Goosen. My other guess is Thomas Bjorn, but that doesn't even sound like, those don't sound like German names. No. Celebrity mashup. That's a Jonas brother in the middle, I believe, and it might be Kendall Jenner.
Okay, so
I'm not sure if it's a Jonas brother. I just think it could be a Jonas brother. How do you got any other stuff going on?
No, I mean I'll go with you.
So we'll go Kendall Jenner. I'm probably wrong about both of them. Kendall Jenner, and we'll go with Joe Jonas. I can't tell them apart, so we'll go with Joe Jonas. Wrong. Music. Along with a unique music video, this Norwegian synth pop band is known for their 1984 song "Take on Me." Dusty, that is Aha.
That is one Aha. And if you want to listen to maybe the saddest song in the world, go ahead and look up that acoustic version of "Take on Me." It's so good, but it's so sad without the without that at tempo. Man, is that song sad.
Movies. Amelia Jones plays a teenager who attempts to help her deaf family's struggling fishing business while pursuing her own aspirations of being a singer in this 2022 Oscars Best Picture winner. This is a 2022 Oscars Best Picture winner.
Is that Coda?
Like that?
Yeah.
Nailed it, dude. Hell yeah. Look at us. Television. Debuting on VH1 in 2006, this reality dating show saw the Bachelor-type character handing out clocks instead of roses during elimination ceremonies. This is Flavor of Love.
Of course it is. Make you free.
Okay.
It's not a girl.
It's not a girl. We're going to double dip and we're going to go Nick Jonas.
Well, yeah, because the Jenner and the Jonas were wrong.
Oh, they're both wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I've got no idea who the girl is.
Wrong.
I'm probably wrong about both of those things. All right, let's see. NBA Pistons. Also wrong. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 out of 10. 5% of people got the mashup.
Is the dude Zachary Levi? I was gonna say that, but it was too late.
Carson Daly. That's Carson Daly?
Oh, yeah, okay, I can see that. I would have never got
Ana de Armas.
I would have never got Ana de Armas.
NBA was Washington Wizards.
All right.
And golf was Martin Keimer.
Oh, Jurgen Blurgen.
Not Jurgen Blurgen.
God.
Okay, you want to do a movie-to-movie situation?
Let's do a movie-to-movie.
I could say that I should have gotten Martin Keimer, but I would have never gotten Martin Keimer. Oh, very interesting one here. Very interesting one. We've got American History X to Whiplash.
Okay.
Who's in Whiplash?
Um,
Can I just click Whiplash and see who's in it?
you have to
Try the
accept the
daily
challenge. Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. Let's see. Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser.
Melissa Bonet.
Chris Mulkey, dude.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah, I'm looking for anybody like I can't tell you. Like I know who J.K. Simmons is.
Right.
That guy is on the list. Michael D. Cohen. I can tell you, I know who J.K. Simmons is, but he's in Spider-Man. He's a Spider-Man dude.
Yes, he was J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man.
So we could do Ed Norton to Spider-Man. We could do no, because that's Marvel and DC, huh? No, it's both Marvel. Yeah. We can do Ed Norton to Spider-Man pretty easily, right?
We can do Ed Norton. We can get to there from Ed Norton a couple of ways, I think.
Ed Norton was in Hulk.
Yes.
They didn't reuse anybody.
Well, they didn't reuse him.
Did they reuse other people?
Not in the later ones, no.
That have J.K. Simmons in them, like in like the original like the first Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, just so you guys know who aren't on here, we were given 2 movies. We have to like kind of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon ourselves from one movie to the other movie by using actors that are in that movie. So we're trying to get from American History X to Whiplash.
Well, let's go Ed Norton.
Trying to think Furlong too.
We'll
go Norton.
The Incredible Hulk.
I just gotta type it. I saw it on there too before I hunk.
Then
Incredible Hulk.
Is Robert Downey Jr. I believe he is in it in like the very end. He might be in a.
Well, I can just type it, huh?
Like a cameo. Okay.
He is.
Then we want to go to
J.K. Simmons.
Well,
so we need
to go.
We need a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. No Way
He's
Home.
not in a Tobey movie. Oh yeah, I'm a dumbass. Spider-Man. Homecoming is the only Spider-Man I've got with Robert Downey Jr.
That's fine.
RDJ.
We can go from there to Tom Holland.
JK's not in that one?
No. He wouldn't be.
To Tom Holland.
Then we want to go Far From Home. Then we get J.K. Simmons.
God damn it.
I think you have to do the J and the, yeah.
And you get periods.
Then Whiplash.
Then you get Whiplash. Okay, we did 4.
Look at that. What's our fastest route?
The fastest route is 2, as it always is. Beverly D'Angelo is in American History X. And she was also in The Man Who Fell to Earth with a guy named Henry G. Sanders, who's in Whiplash.
Of course. Henry G. Sanders.
Not Henry G.
How could I forget?
I bet there's a shorter. I bet we could have found a shorter Incredible Hulk to Whiplash too. Like,
yeah, well, we might have been able to.
We only would have been able to take one away.
Yeah, I bet there's a faster Norton to Simmons route, maybe, or Miles Teller, but like this was a fast way via the podcast.
Yeah.
Via the podcast to do it. You know.
Yeah, we don't want to sit here and twiddle our thumbs trying to think of Martin Keimer's name.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes 45 seconds is not bad at all.
No, I feel
feel
good about that. Plus, completed it, so who cares? You know.
Welcome.
Yeah.
So that's been the podcast. Thanks for listening.
This
was a pretty good one.
This was a podcast. Not unlike many others that you probably listened to. In your various,
but this one is ours.
In your various catcher apps, you know. We appreciate everybody.
Without me, my podcast is nothing. Without my podcast, I am nothing.
That's right. Is that a jelly donut, Andrew? So thank you to everybody who listens. Andrew dropped the socials at the top. Obviously, we appreciate it. As Andrew implored earlier, please tell your friends, tell your enemies. Anybody who hasn't listened to us, ask that person on the street that you see, hey, what are you listening to? How about the Snart Marks podcast? You know?
Yeah, tell your friends. Get a tattoo. Getting tattooed this weekend. I'll show you next week.
Oh, excited. Okay.
Got to watch us on YouTube to see the tattoo.
That'll drive the numbers up. I gotta see where you put that tattoo. You'll be
Or
surprised.
just follow me on Instagram. I'm sure I'll
Yeah.
post it there. I'm a thirsty bitch.
I need those likes. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah.
That's the new tip culture.
Give me attention.
Yeah. So again, thank you to everybody who listens, and we'll be back again next week because unlike Madam Web, we don't promise and not deliver here at the Snark Marks podcast.
That is true. And don't do drugs.
What?